promise, honor the Constitution, and reestablish our leadership in the world. It's going to take a new generation of courageous conservatives to help make America great again. And I'm ready to stand with you to lead the fight. I'm Ted Cruz. If you want more of the same, there'll be plenty to choose from. But if you want real conservative change and a proven record, I hope I can earn your support.
Ted Cruz for president.
Tell you, Ted Cruz is strong. Ted Cruz is strong, folks. And compare that to Obama. I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, if he watered that down by half when he got in, it'd be better. Now, one side of me says, good, get a Hillary in there. We might actually save this country if it just got so much worse. But look at the power grabbing under Obama. Ted Cruz has a good voting record in the Senate. He says he'll try to repeal all this crap. Again, I'm not gullible getting suckered one more time like the Who song, meet the new boss, same as the old boss, won't get fooled again. But we have fallen so far, it's just refreshing to hear that stuff. Democrats put out a press release saying it was like nails on a chalkboard, that they were, you know, just absolutely sent a chill up their spine, was one headline. Imagine images of George Washington, freedom, farms, factories, happy families, diverse groups of people, freedom, not being a bunch of negative, America-hating, free market-hating garbage. That's torture to them. These are sick freaks that want to teach 5-year-olds how to masturbate in public schools. These are sick freaks that want to... I'm just sick of them. I mean, they are a group of deranged, crazy people with a bunch of globalists hell-bent on this technocratic takeover plan. And yes, New World Order, you've taken the planet over, but you've really screwed it up in the process. There are a lot of people in the power structure that now do not want to go with this big globalist 100-year plan. We could turn this around with God's help, but the Christians all think it's the end of the world. And so you're sitting it out. Even if it was the end of the world, it's the big animating contest. We're going to break. We got Dr. Group on the line with huge suppressed information for the balance of the hour and 5 minutes in the next hour of the Global Healing Center. But first, let's jam in a few of these calls. Peter in West Virginia, your take on Ted Cruz, Rand Paul. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Well, first of all, I love you, Alex. You have awakened me. I found you about a year ago. I am in West Virginia. I recently moved here from D.C.
Well, thank you.
I actually lived in southeast D.C. I could go on my rooftop deck and see the tip of the Washington Monument and the Capitol Dome, and started watching your show on my laptop, and I thought, oh, my God, I'm living in ground zero. I'm in the district of criminals. And a couple times a week, I used to drive down GW Parkway and see the sign going to the CIA headquarters at Langley, what I call criminals in action. And, you know, it's sad what's going on. It's really sad what's going on in our country. And I'm frustrated. I feel your frustration.
I hear you, brother. And look, I don't think Ted Cruz or Rand Paul's a panacea, but just saying the things they're saying and the left is shocked by it shows you how crazy the establishment left is, that they think that Ted Cruz ad is sickening. I mean, what could you say was wrong with that ad?
Well, first of all, I don't know if I could vote for Ted Cruz because I think he has what I call women's eyes. He has girly eyes. There's something wrong with this guy's eyes. Rand Paul, I like Rand Paul because he's the son of Ron Paul, who I have followed and learned about through you. And so, I don't know. It's frustrating.
You know, I disagree with you. I don't think Ted Cruz has angel eyes. He just has very confident, relaxed eyes.
No, I didn't say angel eyes. I said girly eyes.
No, I know, but I call guys that have girl eyes angel eyes. In fact, I got a friend who has girl's eyes, and I call him angel eyes.
Okay.
He doesn't like it.
Still, my point is that I go into the voting booth. I don't know who to vote for. I don't know who, they say they have faith in God. Does God have faith in them? I mean, come on. I don't know.
I hear you, brother. I don't think Ted Cruz will save America, but I think that getting behind those ideas needs to be done, and we need to push them everywhere we are. And I just like what comes out of his mouth. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, with more calls. But first, Dr. Edward Group's joining us with some very important intel straight ahead. I'm Alex Jones.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Block-It Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockItPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockItPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockItPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
The Clean and Green sale continues at Guns80.com. My buddy Mark is rolling in clover since Guns80.com announced its Clean and Green sale. He used his leprechaun-like magical powers to get Guns80.com to offer us a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Now, for a limited time, when you order an AR-15 rifle kit, Guns80.com will toss in a cleaning kit and a tactical bipod pistol grip free, all for the low, low price of $449.95. Go to Guns80.com or call 8442-GUNS80.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to generate an endless supply of natural silver solutions. SilverLungs.com. You'll find no wild claims or pseudoscience, just a lifetime of nano-sized pure silver solutions. The Silver Lungs generator allows you to make your own, so stop paying for silver solutions. The unique lung delivery system targets respiratory infections where other silver solutions simply cannot reach. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at SilverLungs.com. That's SilverLungs.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of a house being trashed while a gang of thieves ransack the place. And what they don't steal will be destroyed.
You can prevent being the next victim of a break-in. Go to faketv.com and discover a device that creates the illusion someone inside is watching TV, even when you're miles away. Security is a mindset, and Fake TV should be part of your security solution. Be vigilant, but not fearful. faketv.com.
Hey, how you doing, Al?
Good, brother.
Just recently started using your products. Everything you said about them's correct. Me and my wife both use a lot of them, and it's made a lot of changes in our lives here.
Well, thank you, brother. It's because it also funds our operation, but doing that, I know I've got to have the highest quality. Super Male Vitality was developed to activate your body's own natural processes instead of using synthetic chemicals.
We do the Super Male and the Super Female Vitality. Big changes, a lot of energy. We've gotten off of the cheap energy drinks, energy shots, saving a ton of money there.
Sourced from powerful organic herbs, harvested around the planet, and then concentrated for maximum potency. They want to stun and dumb down, and energy drinks and stuff just cover that up for a while, but then burn you out, in my experience, whereas stuff that gets your glands naturally going goes right to the source. So it's pretty exciting, and I love it. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today to secure your Super Male Vitality and other powerful products from InfoWars Life.
Gold isn't for you? Ted Anderson, president of Midas Resources, one of the world's premier gold and precious metal investing firms. I get it. You wouldn't buy gold if you believed that the government is doing a great job, that the Fed will stop handing out trillions of dollars like bailout candy, that Social Security would be there for you. That's not what's happening. You might even pass on gold if the stimulus package wouldn't fuel inflation, or that the dollar wouldn't lose value, or that your retirement would be secure. If all looks rosy to you, then now is not the time to buy gold. For the realists, there have never been more sobering reasons to diversify with gold. Since 2001, the U.S. dollar index has tanked 30% while gold has risen 300%. Right now, savvy investors are adding gold to their portfolios. You should too. Find out what they know. Call us and I'll send you 10 reasons why gold will do very well, free. 800-686-2237. 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Coming up in the third hour, we'll continue with your phone calls. Steven Crowder is just joining us for 15 minutes then. Louder with Crowder. He's been an actor, talk show host. He does some really interesting videos. He's the guy that got thrown on a Planet Fitness dressed like a woman, pointing out that the so-called tolerant Planet Fitness is like a mind control facility, just like they're trying to turn Starbucks into. And Hillary, of course, wants us to be forced into these re-education camps as well. Fun camps, she calls them. But we'll just continue with calls and a ton of news after that. There's also some breaking news right now on Infowars.com, but I'm not going to go to that right now. I want to go to Dr. Edward Group. And yes, I do this every few weeks. I'm going to infomercial now, but it's not really infomercial. 90% of it is information. Well, it's all information, but some of it is me pitching products. We self-fund, unlike NPR, unlike MSNBC that gets stimulus money. I try to come out with the highest quality products available from the most registered, successful, trusted laboratories in the country. We have 3 suppliers. One of them is Group and his facility, and then 2 other of the leading names. But we'll come up with our own formulas as well. Some of our stuff is just relabeled, and then we lower the price from what leading competitors sell from these well-known providers. But Dr. Group has developed Winter Sun Ultra Vitamin D. But even if you're not going to buy this from us, that isn't even really what matters. The point is, Cass Sunstein came out 6 years ago, the White House regulations are, and said, we want laws banning saying that you need sunlight or vitamin D. Just bizarre. You'll die without vitamin D. And it's one of those super nutrients that so many people out there are deficient in. And most folks don't even get enough sun during the summer. So hence, Winter Sun. Sun in the winter. And before we get into vitamin D and how important it is and some other breaking health news today with Dr. Group, I just want to get the plugging done up front. And I really want to thank all of you for being supporters of InfoWarsLife.com. Your purchases of the product fund the operation and our entire media system. So thank you first. But continuing, this really is revolutionary, concentrated, organic vitamin D3. So we're also going to be warning you about vitamin D2. That is what most people are getting out there. You have to understand, I could get vitamin D2 for $1 for the product and maybe 30, 40 cents for the bottle. Instead, we're talking $10 or more into a bottle of this vitamin D3. This is truly nutraceutical, pharmaceutical type grade. It's the real deal. That's why our vitamin B12 Secret 12 is so powerful. That's why the X2 Nation Iodine is so powerful. You've heard the rave reviews from the Oxy Powder, the Super Male Vitality, Super Female. It's concentrated. It's organic. It's cold pressed. Now, to tell us about, before we get into vitamin D3 and why it's so important, why is this so special from the organic lichens? It took you years to finally get an organic source to be able to produce enough of this. That's why we have a limited run. That's one problem with the products is to get these materials sometimes is hard, but we're trying. Winter Sun, Dr. Group, tell us about it.
Well, that's really the way that I look at things are, I don't want people on tons of different vitamins. And in my research, more or less, goes into what is deficient. What are the things that practically every single person on the planet is deficient in? And that's what led me to iodine, and that's what led me to the Secret B, because pretty much everybody is deficient in iodine and B. And for the last year, there's been a lot of information coming out on vitamin D. So I wanted to do the research, and this has been going on for about 2 or 3 years. Finally, we were able to find a source, a lichen source of D3, and actually produce it. And that's the launch today of the Winter Sun. But what I wanted to do was actually go into a little bit of a background and let people know some of this information that I discovered. Because first you find a deficiency, and then what I do is, why is there a deficiency? Why are so many people deficient in this vitamin? And then the third thing is, how can we correct this deficiency?
Now, I remember reading, aren't lichens some of the oldest creatures on the planet? It's like a plant-like creature that grows on rocks.
Well, lichens grow on trees, they grow on rocks. I mean, vitamin D actually is the oldest hormone. It's really not even a vitamin, it's a hormone, and it was originally found to be produced by phytoplankton. And then even back in 1849, they were using cod liver oil to treat tuberculosis, and that was really attributed to D. And then the research continued around 1915. They were doing studies on Navy officers, and they found that the Navy officers that were working indoors were 8 times more likely to develop forms of cancer.
Let's talk about this straight ahead. I want you to give us the whole history, recap it. Why are people so deficient, and why does the government, Obama, not want us to get it? Seriously.